Good morning, everybody. Hi, happy Tipster Tuesday. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm so excited that you're joining us today. We are in Boulder, Colorado. We're at a Blue and Presidential retreat. It's an optional retreat. This isn't our annual retreat that we have with doTERRA, but Haley Hobson always hosts one every year, and Deb Erickson has come in to coach us. And so we're here with a group of Blues and Presidentials, and it has been a phenomenal time so far. We have another full day and a half, I think, of training and masterminding and growth, and it's just been exceptional. So I'm in an Airbnb, and I kind of begged my colleagues, my crossline buddies, to get on with you guys today and help us out with Tipster Tuesday, because these are people who have seriously, rocked this business. They've been in it for years, and they've been through all the seasons of being stuck, getting unstuck, changing shifts, growth, momentum. They've been through it all. So today we're going to just talk about getting unstuck, because I think that it is a common feeling, especially towards the end of summer. And I think that we've all gone through it in our business, but there's some really key and important tools that you can apply, and some mindset shifts that you can, tap into and change so that you are not in a stuck place in your business. So that's what we're going to chat about today. If you're just joining us, welcome. This is Tipster Tuesday, Tips for Getting Unstuck, live from Boulder, Colorado. And it's earlier for us. Usually we're in Central Time, so we're getting on early for you guys. And my first tip is to kind of apply when you feel stuck or just almost feel frozen for action, is to apply the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 magic principle, whereas you just do it, okay? And for example, we woke up today. I still have morning voice. We took a walk. I haven't taken a shower yet. And everything in me would want to be like, well, I can't go live. I can't do this Facebook Live. I'm not all put together. I'm not ready. And I think that if we wait until we're perfect in something, or we wait until that we feel like we've got it all together, we'll never get it done. And so I just think if you have it in your heart or in your mind to do something, like, oh, I got to call this lady and invite her to class, just do it. Just put it into action. Or if you feel like I should go live in my group and educate them on, Manuka and Litsea, just do it. Don't wait until you're perfect, or you've taken a shower, you've applied your eyeliner just so, put your hair up in a messy bun, throw on your glasses, and go for it, because you are going to be successful in this business, and leaders take action. And so the things that can get us unstuck are actually in some ways just not obvious. It's just our own little nuances and need to be perfect and procrastination that can make us stuck. And then over and over again, maybe you're like, well, I didn't go live today, big deal. But then you're not going to go live tomorrow either, and then you're going to train your brain that if all conditions aren't perfect, you don't take action. And that's going to trip you up in this business. And so I just say you got to take action when you think of it. You just count yourself down and make yourself go. It's like, a runner shooting off the gun on the starting block. Just go for it, rock it. And it's going to help you in the things that you do. Like today, maybe you haven't booked your convention tickets yet. There's still Track B tickets. You should still go. Just do it. Just get off this Facebook Live. Go on. Book it. Schedule it. Get your butt there. It's going to be good for your business. And it's going to help you to see things from a different perspective. So my other tip is that if you feel stuck in your business, you have got to get away from it and look at it from a different angle. And heading to an event like convention, masterminding with a group, going to your team retreat, things like that, they help you see things from other people's perspective. They help you glean wisdom from other leaders. And when you see something from a different perspective or a different angle, you think about it differently. So here's even a great example. If you're in your room, look around your office, your kitchen, whatever you're looking at, I see a plant right in front of me, okay? So I see this plant. It looks kind of odd, actually. I'm looking at it from this angle, and I could stare at this plant all day long, but I'm only seeing it from this angle, But if I got up and went over and sat on the floor and looked at the plant, from down up, I'm looking at it from a totally different place. I'm coming from a different place. I've moved myself to a different place, and I see the plant differently, and therefore I'm going to think about it differently. I'm going to problem solve differently. So when you feel stuck and you feel like something in my business isn't lining up the way I want it to, or I just don't know my way around this thing, just move your body, move your position, come at it from a different way, get your brain working in a different way, and you're going to be able to move yourself out of that place, okay? So that's it from me, guys. I have a group of beauties waiting to join in here. So who's going to go next? You know, Sherry, do you want to go next? I'll start your phone. Okay, this is Miss Sherry Vreeman from Minnesota. Oops, don't kick the table.
Hey, guys, good morning. I love it. I love it. You know what Dana just said? You have the power to step back and to look at things and make the adjustments. And that's what's so awesome about this business is you're in the driver's seat. You don't have to wait for anybody else, but you do have to make that decision. So I want to encourage you today. It's worth it. Do it. Whatever it takes, go for it. Okay, so my tip for you today is really a huge aha I have had recently. I learned that anytime you see two behaviors in somebody or even in yourself, that's a habit. And very seldom is that something that changes. Unless somebody's going to go through personal development or be very, very intentional or get into therapy, if you see somebody do something consistently 2 times or more, we have to acknowledge that that's a habit, right? And my number one strength is relator. So I'm a nurturer. I believe in me, I believe in you, I believe in we can do this, we can shift our habits, right? We can, and I do believe that, guys, I do believe that, but how many of us, me included, and how much time are we putting into doing the same things with the same people over and over, right? To try and help them break the habit, to try and help them move past the place when they just don't. And we're hopeful, and we're putting all of our time and our energy and our belief and our trust even for our business and where it's going in them making the shift. And so we have to realize if we see consistent behavior, and now I've learned 2 times or more, which doesn't seem like a lot, but if that's what's flowing out of somebody, it is what it is. And so you need to take a deep cleansing breath, maybe even ask an upline if you want their opinion on it. So I'm not saying we ditch people, right? We are here together. We lock arms, we love, we serve, we encourage, we go together as best we can. But this is different. This is discerning. They're not going, they're not moving, they're not growing, they're not changing, they're not doing, right? They're in the driver's seat of their business, not you, and they have to be. And so we have to make room for that. And if that's what they're habitually doing, if they're habitually driving to the left, or they're habitually late, or they're habitually not showing up, whatever it is, we have to recognize, listen, that's a habit, that's a mindset, that's a place where they have their, hardwired, is what Deb said. They're hardwired that way. Now, if they want to get into therapy, personal development, they're serious, how many of us have had to break through things, right? But I bet you were serious. I bet you pressed in. So I want to encourage you today, don't let that discourage you. Don't buy into or allow yourself to feel like, start feeling stuck yourself because you're not seeing the growth of the movement with a qualifier or somebody who said they were going to go with you, right? You're in the driver's seat. Make the decision, deep cleansing breath, and sit down and really do your best to discern and recognize, okay, where am I seeing habits? Where has this person done something 2 or more times that it's not bringing growth? It's not serving us. And even for me, Sherry's doing that for Sherry. What have I habitually been doing that is not working, right? And if I've done it more than twice, it's a habit, and I need to be intentional and get into some personal development to break through that. So I just want to encourage you today, recognize where there's hardwired issues that you're not going to be the one that convinces them or brings them the breakthrough, right? They've got to go for it themselves. Don't let it weigh you down or slow you down. Find those people who are leaning in and wanting to run, and you be the one who's willing to shift habits when you become aware of them, because you can do this thing. All right. The beautiful Carrie Cootie is up next.
Hey guys, great to be with you. I am so excited to be here and share a few tips with you this morning. And just like Dana said, I got about a 5-minute shower before this video. So getting unstuck, that sounds hard, doesn't it, right? It sounds like you're in the weeds. And I know so many of us can get there. I'm not saying, it's kind of something that maybe sometimes we feel like this, right? And I was definitely feeling a little bit stuck before I came to this event. And it was sort of hard for me to get here, to be honest. A lot of times we feel resistance before we have a breakthrough, before we go to an event. So I feel like pushing through that is key. You have to know when it's time to push, to maybe go on that retreat that your spouse is kind of like, oh, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. I really need to make this happen. And can you help me, helped me get there. So that's kind of where I was right before I came here. And I've only been here one day and realized this is exactly what I needed. You know, it's so important to trust your gut on that. So getting to events is something that, you know, if you're feeling stuck, there's your answer a lot of times. And I was just thinking about it. You know, a lot of times we feel like we, you know, need to go far away to an event sometimes, you know, because we see other people doing it. But if you just simply can't afford that right now, have a mastermind with people that are in your area. You know, get together, have like a day date or something, and get together with people that you know will push you, that will have new ideas, that will basically not let you have any excuses, because that's what happens when we get alone and you know, maybe feel isolated, maybe we don't have a lot of builders in our area or our team is not there. That's kind of how I feel sometimes. And I know that I need to get around other people, because I realize, wow, I'm letting a lot of excuses come in between what I want and where I am, right? So getting around those people, you're going to be like, wow, this is not an excuse anymore. I've got to raise the bar. And so that's really what I know is going to get me unstuck, because I'm telling you, I was feeling like that right before I came. And for me personally, I feel like it's going to be raising the bar on what my expectations are. Team is doing, well, that's what you're doing. You know, sometimes we just think, oh, one class is enough a month or whatnot. No, right? You know, if we want to get unstuck and we're not happy with where our business is going, we need to be doing more than one class a month. We've got to be reaching new people, of course, nurturing our own people. But what are we accepting that our builders are doing or our team are doing? You know, they're probably going to be looking to you and saying, wow, you're only teaching one class. This must be, you know, all that it takes. So as a leader, if you want to be a leader, you always have to look at what you're doing, not what other people are doing. And that is taking extreme ownership of your excuses, of all your actions. It's just something that you can't just do it one time. You have to do it every day almost, right? We really have to take a self-inventory to see where can we up-level. And so that's kind of my tip for you today, is just take a real examination. If you know, if you can even get on the phone with somebody else, say, hey, let's just talk about this, and can you help me with this? You know, that's really important too. Sometimes we feel like, oh, we can figure it out ourselves, but honestly, getting around other people and just getting their opinion is really key sometimes. So thank you guys.
Hey everybody, this is Lori Hayes. I am excited to be here. It's been so much fun being with all of these phenomenal women this weekend or this week. And I'm excited to just chat for a minute about being stuck, because I think we've all been there at some point or another, right? And when we're in that space of being stuck, we're frustrated. And I don't know about you, but when I'm frustrated, my thoughts are negative. And as soon as I go into those negative thoughts, it's like this. It's like this cycle that it can be a little bit difficult to break. And so what I've learned is and I actually talked to my team about this weekend. What I learned is to make sure. So when you're in that place, it's kind of a place of darkness. At least that's how I look at it, right? Because I'm negative mindset, darkness. That's the feeling that I get. And so I want to look for the light. And so I just shared with my team this weekend where are your flashlights, right? Because we need tools. We need tools to get us out of this mindset. And so I literally asked them, what are your flashlights and where have you strategically placed them? So for me, my flashlights are the books I'm reading, the podcasts I'm listening to, the music I have going, the videos that I'm watching, like all of that, those are my flashlights. And they shine light in darkness to help me get out of that mindset. And you guys, mindset is everything. So when you're thinking negatively, you're closed off to possibilities. That's really what it is. You're completely closed off. When you start thinking positively and your brain starts all of a sudden it starts looking for new opportunities. Deb Erickson, one of the things that she teaches you about is your reticular activating system. And so what you think about, your brain has a filter, and what you're thinking about kind of creates the filter. And so if you're constantly saying, well, you know, I can't book classes, I can't find builders, then your brain filters out any possibilities of new builders, new classes, any opportunities that might be right there in front of you, your brain filters all that out. And so when you start thinking positively, all of a sudden you see this amazing thing. So I'll share with you, this is gonna be a really quick story. I was heading to a meeting and I was doing recognition for one of my diamonds, and I saw she actually lived farther away from the meeting than I did, and she left after I did. And traffic was horrible. So the whole way to the meeting, I am literally thinking, oh gosh, okay, I need to rearrange things because she's gonna be late. And so the whole way, like an hour in the car, I'm thinking she's not gonna be there. So I get to the meeting barely on time myself, and I walk up and I'm greeting people, and I walk up to this table and hello, how are you guys? Walk away, literally 30 seconds later, one of her team members walks by. And I said, oh my gosh, did you just get here? And they're like, oh no, we've been here. We were sitting right there. Y'all, I had walked up to this table, put my hand on the back of the diamond leader's chair that I was expecting to not be there. I did not see her. I absolutely did not see her or her team. My brain completely filtered that information out because I kept saying that she's not gonna be there. And so my brain made it a reality. I know that sounds so crazy, but you guys do this, pay attention to it. So change your mindset, find your tools, strategically place your flashlights so that you can come out of this place and then watch the opportunities that start to come in front of you. And I'll be honest with you, when you're in action, you can't be stuck. Like, it's just impossible to be stuck when you're in action. And the way to be in action is to change your mindset and start seeing the possibilities that are around you. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. Find your flashlights, figure out what they are. A couple of mine, just some authors and some podcasts and some videos that I really like to watch. Gabby Bernstein, Joyce Meyer, Jack Canfield, John Gordon, Joel Osteen. Oh gosh, I have more, but that's all I can think of off the top of my head. So those are some of my flashlights that I go to. So I hope this was helpful. All right, thanks guys.
Hello, good morning everybody. Laura Hicks here. And I totally want to echo everything that Lori just said. Mindset is so huge. One of the things for me that is a constant kind of bring it back. Some of my top 5 strengths are achiever, activator, strategic. Relator is in there, but I think a lot of times when we're building this business, we start viewing people as a means to our end. And I think when we do that, we get in a really unhealthy place, not only for us, but for the relationship, for the business partnership there. And so I think it's really, if we can remember, one of the reasons why we're all doing this is so that we have freedom, right? And so if we begin putting off that people are a means to our end and that they are trying to get us to our ranking and that our goals now are their top priority goals, there really becomes a disconnect and a divide. And so one of the benefits to all of this is that we have freedom when we need it, right? So there's going to be deaths in the family. There's going to be, weddings and graduations and just life happens. So being able to really walk through life with people and making this a personal journey, right? It's not just about a means to my end or the next rank advancement or the volumes at the end of the month. If we can really make this about people and loving people well, they feel it, and it is such a better communication. There's a lot more openness, and then even just coming alongside of people's journey, making it about their goals, making it about their means to their end as well. I feel like there's a lot of, you get stuck and you get frustrated with your people. It's like, come on, you're not doing what you need to do to get me to my goal. Is sometimes, even if we don't want to say it that way, it really is kind of our heart posture, right? And so I think a lot of times if we can say, you know what, you're not a means to my end. We are all the CEO of our own company, right? That's the best thing about all of this. We all have the freedom to step back when we need that. And if we project onto our leaders that that's not okay, or it's not okay for them to do that because I'm pushing really, really hard right now, they feel that. And so we need to love people, coming alongside of people and helping them not only on their health journey, but relationship, right? This is a personal development journey for all of us. And so if we can embrace that and really love each other well. The other thing that I would just really, really encourage you is, I think we've all gotten into, a pattern of, okay, these are my qualifiers, these are my people, and they're going to get me where I need to go. And just echoing, what Sherry said earlier, it's, sometimes those people are not going to be there at the end of our journey, or they'll be part of it, but they're not going to be the person that's going to get us to that location that we want to go to. So when we're setting our goals, it's easy to get frustrated when people are not meeting your expectation. And I would just encourage you, that's your time to step up, to take action, to get moving. When we're stuck, that means that we're not moving, right? And I know that Dana and a couple others kind of spoke to that. Action. And so your action steps, you might be in management mode right now of your team, and I would just encourage you to take action and go get new people. You know, it might be the collective whole that brings you to your goal, but it's not going to be maybe those people that you started out with at the beginning. And so when you start putting that expectation on them, it may even push them back even further. And so I would just encourage you, that's your job when you're feeling stuck, to go out and recruit, bring new builders in. And these new builders are going to bring new life. They're going to bring new excitement. They're going to bring a whole new energy to your team, which may actually reignite your old leaders that are kind of stagnant, right? And maybe those leaders will never become engaged again. But the reality is action and bringing in new people. That's your job. You cannot slip into management mode and expect this to happen. And nobody wants to carry your expectations. Nobody wants to carry your ranking. They're not going to get you there. They're not the means to your end. And so if we can love people on their journey, let them walk out their journey, what they need to do, you know, their priority might not be your priority. So it's easy to say, well, you need to step it up. Like, it's not time to step back. Well, it might be time for them. It might be time for their family. And so being able to love people through that, I think is going to be huge. And I think too, just, you know, when there's love, then, so, okay. Jenna's going to come on up here, and have an awesome day, you guys, and happy building.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jenna Cross. I'm Blue Diamond from Wisconsin. It's fun to be with you, and I just appreciated so much what all these ladies shared. It's just a blessing for me to be able to be with them, even to just rub shoulders with these other awesome leaders in doTERRA and hear their ideas and hear their struggles and just be real. It's so great. So, I mean, that just speaks to the power of events. If you can get to events where you can rub shoulders with other people, new people that you don't see all the time or don't talk to all the time, it's so, so helpful for just helping you, you know, get out of a rut, move forward, get that one little nugget. You're like, yes, that's what I've been missing. That's what I've been needing. And so definitely come to events. Whatever you do, just make the effort because it's so powerful. But I want to share for my tip that one of the things I took away yesterday that was really powerful was that I was in a little bit of a why crisis. I needed to figure out what my why was for moving me beyond where I am. Okay, I had a very strong why. In the beginning, it was to bring my husband home from work and to be able to leave my nursing job. I wanted to be able to be doing a business as a family and to be able to see my kids grow up and to be able to set my own schedule. I mean, all those things to me were so powerful. So that was a really strong why. But then we got there. Awesome. So cool. Thank you, doTERRA. That's amazing. But I needed something new then, you know, and I have things that I'm passionate about and causes that I, you know, want to support and be a part of, but I didn't see that as my why. I was still looking for like a rank goal, but I was like, it's not really inspiring to me anymore, you know, and it doesn't motivate me to really get out there and push beyond. And so I needed to dig, and I spent some time talking with Sherry yesterday. We did a why exercise, which is so funny because I tell people to do this all the time. I needed to do it myself. Okay, so think about, do you have a strong why? Do you have a reason why you're pushing yourself in doTERRA, why you're pushing yourself beyond where you are? Maybe your initial why was to get your oils paid for, and that's a very powerful why. But maybe you have your oils paid for now. So now what? Now what's your why? What's getting you up in the morning to work your business? Because no one is, it's not, you don't have a boss in this business. You have to have the internal drive to do it yourself and to push yourself beyond your comfort zone and to really go for it. So you need to have that reason, okay? And I don't think it's powerful enough to sit down and try to think through it yourself, because sometimes we lie to ourselves a bit, you know? And sometimes we lie to other people because we say what we think we should say, or we say what we think the other person wants to hear. So I want you to really go deep. I want you to really say, no, but why? What is the biggest dream that I can think of? What is the reason that I'm on this earth? What like sets me on fire and gets me going, okay? And it might not be something that's directly related to doTERRA, but doTERRA is gonna be the means to let you do that. doTERRA is gonna be the avenue for you to be able to run hard after that thing. It's gonna be the avenue that's gonna fund what you want to give to, what you want to support, and the change that you want to create in the world. Okay, that's a strong why. And that is something that will keep you going, that will keep you fighting when you feel stuck. All these ladies have been giving great tips for that, what to do in that season. But if your why is powerful enough, you will keep fighting. You will keep saying, okay, I'm gonna figure this out. This is an obstacle. I'm gonna get the heck over it because it's not gonna stop me. Okay, so find your why, do it with a buddy, sit down with a friend, and it might not be the first thing you say. You know, if you feel like maybe that's it, maybe not, it's probably not it. Keep going. Keep talking, okay? Really have your friend or your spouse or your upline team member keep asking you questions to really, really get there, really get at the heart of what you want. All right, it was great to be with you. Thanks for hopping on this special Tipster Tuesday, and have a great, great week. Go get it in your business. All right.
Nice work, kids.